Hello, everybody. Welcome to Big Mouth Willy Bass Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Willis.
And I'm Matt Willis.
Matt, I catch you off guard a little bit there.
You started way too early, but that's all good. We're ready to go.
Sorry, man. Greasy trigger finger. Okay, so I got a cat in the room, Willy, and he's attacking me as we speak. He's got those devil eye. Ow! Willy, knock it off.
If that's you want to get him out of the room.
I was going to, but I was like, oh, he'll calm down eventually. Oh my goodness!
That cat never calms down.
I better text.
He never calms down.
I better text my wife and tell her to come in here and rescue me and let him out because this is going to be really bad. He was literally just attacking my arm. Oh, good thing I had a treat with.
We're starting showing fireworks, man. Fireworks to start the show.
I brought in a couple of treats just in case he started acting like that, just to distract him. But I already just blew through the two that I brought in, so this is not good. Okay, he wandered off. So yes, Matt. So all the viewers out there are probably wondering what happened last week. No show. Well, Matt and I did record.
No.
Trust us. You can believe us.
We did.
We recorded a show last week. And unfortunately, Matt, you were just having an all-time moment there with your internet connection. It's usually pretty unstable to begin with, but last week it was pretty much unbearable. So instead of trying to take, endless hours to attempt to edit that damn episode, we just said, forget it, let's scratch it. So we did not upload a show last week. So sorry about that.
Yeah, we're sorry, folks. But like we said, we did record. It just did not go through well because we had a big snowstorm through here. But yeah, we're back at it, once a week, and we're gonna produce the shows. And what's going on there? What's going on there?
My wife's trying to grab Willy, and it's not going too well.
I see that.
Thanks, sweetie. Yeah, wrangle that pussy.
He's gonna be a fried pussycat.
Oh, Matt, you love that cat. Remember when you lived here? You and Willy got along just fine. Two best friends, you and him.
Two best friends and one big mouse.
Yeah, so anyway, folks, again, we apologize for the technical difficulties last week. So what we were talking about in the show that didn't get uploaded last week, Matt, we're going to be doing that show next week. So I don't think either one of us were really in the mood to basically say everything that we said last week again the following week. So we're pushing that off to next week. But this week, we got a great show in store for everyone. We are bringing on, Matt, the professional Cactus bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Juan Carlos Ruiz, for the first time on the Big Mouth Willy Bass podcast, will be joining the Big Mouths tonight. So we're really looking forward to that. For those of you that are like, what in the hell are you talking about, Ryan? Yes, Juan is a professional cactus bodybuilder, or at least he used to be. I'm actually not sure if he is anymore. But back in the day.
We'll find out.
That's right. Back in the day, Matt, when I had my own radio show here locally on AM 1320 KKSM, Juan used to be a weekly guest on my show. Juan's workout song of the week. He would pick a song for all the listeners to listen to when they were at the gym or doing their jog or whatever, any sort of workout. He would pick a song that would get them jacked up or help them get through their workout. So it was a very successful segment. And yeah, for whatever reason, Matt, we have never had him on the Big Mouth Willy Bass podcast, but that's about to change here in about a couple minutes.
Oh yeah, we're very looking forward to having Juan on the show, because I think all the viewers at home or wherever you're at, they're gonna really enjoy his insight into life.
Life, and possibly Cactus.
Yeah, he works at a nursery, so he might give some insight in that as well. So who knows?
Co-owner of that nursery.
There you go. So yeah, I know you folks, will enjoy it.
That's right. So Matt, before we bring Juan on, because he's actually in the waiting room right now, I wanted to remind the good folks, follow us on social media. On Instagram, we are at Big Mouth Willie Bass. That's at Big Mouth Willie Bass. And on Twitter, we are at Big Mouth Willie. So make sure you follow us. We will be doing a social media giveaway soon, possibly next week. Which reminds me, Matt, we did our first ever giveaway. Was it last week, technically, or the show before? And I posted the video of us selecting the winner, which ended up being Lucidity 13. Congratulations, by the way, on winning that $25 Amazon gift card. And thank you to everyone for participating in that giveaway. But the problem is, Matt, when I uploaded that video announcing the winner, we got flooded by 1 million bots.
Oh yeah, it was just the floodgates opened and all the bots came in. But yeah, so we learned our lesson to not broadcast an Amazon winning gift card video on YouTube, because all them computer warriors, they're all typing at home trying to steal our money, our hard-earned cash. So yeah, screw those people.
But Matt, one bright note, one positive that came from it is we gained a few subscribers out of it.
Oh, you weren't supposed to tell the viewers at home that, but okay.
Oh, I mean, they were all real people that subscribed. Yeah, we're up to 42 subscribers now. Never thought I'd see the day.
Hey, I'll tell you this, Ron. I'll tell you this. If we can get to 100 subscribers, I'll create a Twitter account.
Wow.
Does that sound like a deal?
That sounds like a deal to me, brother. Yeah,
hey, that's my pitch to get the viewers. Yeah, that's my pitch to get the viewers, to subscribe. So,
I think it's time, bro. I mean, I know you've been actually pretty smart about not creating a social media account on any of those outlets, but still, for our show's purpose, I think you should have at least one social media account, don't you think? Let's make that happen, folks.
Let's get to 100.
Yeah, let's get that to 100.
Let's get to 100.
Has to join the social media realm. So yeah, that's what happened. So again, congratulations to Lucidity 13. Hope I'm saying that right. On the $25 gift card, and for all those pesky bots that were trying to spam us to get that gift card, go to hell, or bot hell, or whatever.
Hey,
get out of our mentions.
They failed.
They sure did. And as always, folks, give us a thumbs up and drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. All right, Matt, are we ready to bring Juan on?
I'm ready to go.
All right, here we go. Let's see if he's ready. He's been kind of waiting for us for a while now. Juan Ruiz says connecting to audio. There he is. Juan, can you hear us?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Woohoo! What's up, man?
Nothing much. Just chilling.
Just chilling like a villain?
Yeah, just admiring the dad stash right there.
That's right, man. It's been a while since we've seen each other.
Yep.
You're looking good, man. You're letting the hair grow out, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you going for an 80s look?
Maybe. It's in fashion right now.
Maybe. Why not?
That's awesome.
I mean, who's going to see me?
About 100 people.
Oh, boy. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, come on, Juan. We're big time.
Well, it's good to have you on, Juan. I mean, we were just talking a few minutes ago how we just can't understand how this is your first time joining us on the podcast, man. I mean, you used to be a weekly contributor on the What You Talking About Willis show, KKSM. And here we are on episode 22, and we're just now bringing you on? Our bad, man. We apologize.
Not even for the cartoon episode?
I know, man. That would have been a good one. Or top 5 movies. Yep. I'm sure you could have given us a few good ones for that.
Oh, yeah. Because, Juan, you're the nerd amongst us.
I mean, I try. I don't know.
Matt, he is a professional bodybuilder. You might want to be careful.
Oh, yeah.
He's a nerdy bodybuilder.
By the way, folks, and Juan, you're probably going to laugh when I say this, but you could follow Juan on Twitter at Cactus Builder. Juan, how many followers you up to, Juan?
I haven't checked my Twitter in a long time.
Well, you better start checking it out. You're going to get all kinds of people jumping on now.
Oh yeah.
Looking for
All
that
the
Juan
bots will
Ruiz
follow
content,
you.
man.
Cactus, man.
Just to give you a heads up, our show Twitter page followed you earlier today, so be sure to follow us back.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah, come on, Juan.
Kind of reminds me of when I called you out for not following me on Instagram on my radio show a few years back, and you're like, well, I haven't been on in like a year, so.
I mean, I think it's been like 3 years since I posted anything.
Well, you're due, man.
Start
Time to log back in. Hopefully
Yeah.
you know your password.
Give us a shout out, Juan.
Okay, I will.
All those
We
bot
appreciate
followers you have. So, Juan, tell the good listeners out there, man, what have you been up to? How's COVID life treating you?
It's been pretty chill. You know, the Cactus, they teach you how to social distance. If you get too close, you get hurt.
With their prickly personalities, too.
Yep.
The pricks.
Well, how is the nursery business doing, Juan? Because I know when COVID first struck, it was pretty tough on you guys, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, at first it was bad, but then surprisingly it picked up quite a bit after a while. It wasn't too bad of a year.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear, man.
I mean, now that the wind, we had these really strong winds that really caused a lot of damage.
Oh my gosh. Did it blow over any of your greenhouses?
Most of them.
Did it?
Jesus.
Oh no.
Oh
my gosh. So what did you guys do? You just rebuild them or what?
You just got to rebuild.
Man. How many did you guys lose?
Jeez.
Oh boy, it was actually quite a bit. So yeah, probably like most of them. Most of them had some damage.
Yeah.
No, that sucks. That sucks.
That's rough.
It
Matt,
does.
Matt, I don't even know if you were aware of the winds we had. What was that? Like a month ago or so, where we had like, I don't even know how hard those winds were blowing, like 50 plus miles per hour.
Was
Oh,
like
those were
Santa
the-
Ana winds?
Hey, this
I
was
think
more
those
than
actually
Santa
got some
Ana.
of the big nurseries.
Oh,
was
really? Like
after
hurricane
Santa Ana.
winds?
Yeah, the Santa Anas took out some of our stuff, and then those big winds just came in. We had built this big house, and it took it down.
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh.
Well, you're supposed to tell us good news, Juan, not this.
I mean, we've rebuilt most of the stuff, so it was rough there for like a week or two.
I bet,
Oh.
man. Did you lose any plants too in the process? I imagine you did.
Yeah, you lose a lot of them. But
I bet a
whatever.
few people in the neighborhood had some cacti show up on their front porch
Yeah.
They were airdropped.
or through their window.
No, but oh
Straight
yeah.
to the bedroom.
No, but there's some of the big nurseries also got hit with that wind really hard.
Oh, I bet, man.
Oh, there's that one going towards the what is it, towards the primary school? There's that big nursery over there somewhere.
Yeah,
That one had a lot of houses that were torn down,
man.
and those were big houses.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah, it hit pretty hard.
Yeah, I was at work that night one, and we
Oh.
literally. So I'm a security guard now. I don't know if you heard. I work security in Palma Valley, and we had just call after call about trees, tree branches, just all kinds of debris falling into the streets all around there. Just nonstop action, man. It was just insane. Just an
I
absolute
can only
nightmare.
imagine.
Yeah, so you weren't the only one
How
having a
fast
tough
were these
night, but
winds?
I don't know, Juan.
Right, how fast were these winds?
How fast would you say, Juan? I mean, they were at least 50 plus. What wouldn't you say? 50 miles per hour?
No, dude. Wasn't there like a thing that some of them were like 80? Like they got pretty strong.
I wouldn't be
They're like,
surprised. Yeah, it was kind of
as
scary. It was scary driving home.
If you
that
wait-
day, too.
If you wait lightly, man, you get carried up by the wind and fly like the wind, you know?
No, like
yeah,
literally.
those were rough. Like,
Yeah, they would knock you around, right? Like you could not really stand in those winds. That's how strong they were.
yeah, no, my dad decided not to work those days.
Smart man.
We just stayed inside the house and we're just praying that it wasn't going to be too bad.
I know, right?
Jeez.
That's all you could do. You couldn't do much inside the greenhouses with all that.
No, for sure, man. That's rough. Well, hey,
That's dangerous.
I'm glad you guys survived at least, and it sounds like you guys were able to rebuild all right. So I'm glad to hear that at least.
No, we have plenty of orders right now, so that's good.
Good. So did you have to like rebuild those houses yourself, or did you guys hire a bunch of people, or how did that all go?
No, we have to do it ourselves. It was a lot of stuff, so that would got really expensive real quick.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's a lot of labor, Juan.
Yep.
Well, tell the people to buy some plants from the nursery, you know?
I mean,
Yeah,
they
man.
they've been buying. They've been
This
buying.
is free advertisement.
That's
you
not
might-
the issue. People are buying still.
Sounds like they got too many customers, Matt.
No, yeah, we're like
That's a good problem to have.
right now we don't have enough stuff for the people that are buying from us.
Oh, shoot. Okay, never mind. Don't buy from Juan right now. We'll check back in a month or two when things slow down, if they slow down.
That's good, though. That's good. Money bags over here.
Yeah, man. Look at this man. Can you tell he's doing well? That's $1 million smile right there. Well, Juan, for any of our viewers that used to listen to my shows back in the old days on KKSM, tell them, are you still lifting cacti? Are you still a professional bodybuilder?
I mean, we had to take a year off for COVID, but hopefully this year the cactus building championships will come back.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah.
Golden barrel cacti, man. Start benching them.
Yep, you gotta lift them.
Why? How many pounds worth of cacti did you used to lift? Man, you were up to like 500 pounds at one point, weren't you?
Yep. 2 500-pounders just
You menace.
lifting them up.
Man, straight up pit bull right here.
You know, Matt's been hitting the weights hard recently.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I noticed a little bit. Yeah.
Been trying, man.
You can tell his neck size has grown.
Yep. That and
I'll
the
take that
protein.
compliment.
Don't forget the protein powder. That'll get you there.
Oh, absolutely. I got that big jug, you know, so.
Yep.
Juan's got his own container of Cactus creatine.
Oh yeah, super secret formula.
The formula, boy.
Something else you can buy
Banned in
from Juan Ruiz
9
Nursery.
That's right. The online business of Juan Ruiz.
Juan, you're just like, can I interest you in some Cactus protein powder? And they're just like, no, not really. And you're just like, excuse me? As you show off your biceps. And if they still say no, you just put them in a chokehold for like a few seconds and they can't breathe and they have to agree to buy some. I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Juan is like the least violent person we know, but I still wouldn't mess with the man.
Oh, absolutely.
So Juan, we have a question for you because I don't know if you saw our episode. This was, several months ago. We did a Big Bear special where we kind of discussed all the Big Bear trips that we've been on, and all the times we've been up there. And you have joined us, Juan, for every single Big Bear trip. So I got to ask you, which one was your favorite?
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm curious about this one.
The problem is they're starting to mix together in my mind.
I don't know why that would be.
Because you're a little fucked up.
What was the first year that Matt was drinking? That was a good year.
Of course.
That was that 2019?
Yeah, that was 2019.
That was pretty good.
He and Marcus, man, his best bud.
I can remember some of that.
Juan, I was going to ask you, do you remember how I was doing full-on jumps into the bean bags at Big Bear? And I asked you to, help me get back up, and I'll just do it again over and over again.
Yep. You were having trouble getting up.
I fall and I could not get up.
Well, yeah, I mean, Matt, you were just keeping Juan in shape there. He didn't have to bother lifting any cacti while he's up there. He was just lifting you continuously.
Because he was lifting me.
throwing you over his shoulder and everything.
Oh, that was a good time.
Yep.
Yeah, Juan, I see.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
No, go ahead, Matt.
I was just going to say thank you, Juan, for looking after younger Big Mouth Willy on that trip.
Yeah, well, you're still alive, so that's good.
Or is it?
The watchful protector, the dark one.
Yeah.
Well, I seem to remember during
we gotta
that
show
trip,
that video on here.
it was the first night. That was when Matt and his buddy just got completely torn up. And you and I just looked at each other and we're just like, well, their whole trip is already over. We're supposed to be here for 3 nights, and they're already blowing it all in the very first night. That was when Matt famously suggested to his buddy, hey, Gatorade and rum.
Quite the combination.
And for some reason, they don't remember anything that happened after that. The strangest thing.
I mean,
80% alcohol, man. Oh man.
Well, Juan,
but hey, we're still alive.
That's right. Somehow we're still kicking. So Juan, would that be your most memorable trip then? 2019?
Probably the one I can remember right now the most. Maybe I got too drunk the other times.
Oh, well, I was going to say that's kind of surprising that you remember that trip, because I think that was the one that everybody got the most messed up on.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! I'm still feeling the effects from those few days. Well, speaking of alcohol, Juan, have you tried any new beers recently?
No, not really. I haven't. Oh, wait. No, yeah, I did. I just don't remember what it's called.
Oh, you're probably drunk right now.
No way.
Was it like a hard liquor or was it beer? Like, do you have any idea about that?
It was a German beer. They had some at the liquor store.
Ooh.
Some AKH or something like that. Schwarzbier. So it was like a black lager.
Yep. Schwarzenegger.
You and your black lagers, man. Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've tried any new beers recently. When I left Death Valley, my previous job, somebody gave me like 100-pack of Modelo's that I'm still working on. So
100-pack Millers.
Yeah, so I haven't really had any need to buy any alcohol for a while now, Juan.
Yeah, I can imagine having even with quarantine, you still haven't finished those.
Surprisingly enough, man, but I think it's because I'm going to be a father soon, so I kind of have to cut back a little bit. But hey,
if we have a trip this year.
I'm wearing my Big Bear shirt. Home of the hangover.
Oh, you came prepared for this show.
I sure did. Always.
Always, buddy.
Speaking of that, am I gonna have to actually get you a cigar for guessing?
That's right. You and my other good pal, other Juan, both guessed that we were having a girl. And yes, breaking news for those that don't know, my wife and I are having a daughter.
Yay.
Hooray.
Matt, did you even know that?
Oh boy.
as he's pounding a beer.
Uh,
Right now.
No, I actually found out like today, and I want to be honest with you. I was kind of hoping for a boy, but you know what? We'll accept it, and I'm happy for you, Ryan.
Thanks, I guess. I appreciate that. Well, hey, you know what?
Hey, I'll be a damn good uncle. I'll be a damn good uncle.
I'm sure you will be. Just don't teach her about the rum and Gatorade mix.
Oh boy.
You just had to say that, did you?
Well, hey, Matt, I feel a lot better about having a daughter because one of my best friends is a bodybuilder. So once she's old enough to start dating,
Oh, yeah.
in theory, I'll just bring Juan over, have him like shirtless in the garage, maybe holding a rifle and a cactus in the other hand. That'll send a message.
It would.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Because Juan, the things that you've done with all the cacti, man. You're a hardcore mother effer, man.
Or hear me out, a gun that shoots cactus.
Oh, jeez.
Just show him that.
Yeah.
Juan
yeah.
the scientist, too.
I think that would get the job done, Juan. I think that would safely ensure that my daughter would not date anyone probably until she's in her 30s, maybe. By then, I might be open to it.
I mean, that's not too bad.
Yeah. I think I'll be all right with it.
When
by
you
then.
decided that you want grandchildren.
Yeah. Then when I realized, oh, shoot, she actually has to meet a guy for me to have a grandchild. Okay. Oh, man. And I could also bring my father-in-law over because he's pretty intimidating.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, he whipped me in the shade.
Bring the whole gang over. Bring the whole gang.
Gun cleaning party.
Yeah. That's what Sean Stripley said, actually, in the group text.
Yeah.
We were all like, yes.
I mean, doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Not at all. Not at all. Well, speaking of little kids, Juan, how's your kid brother doing?
He's doing good. He's in kindergarten right now.
They go
Already?
so fast.
Yeah, they
My
do.
God.
Oh boy,
It feels like
they
you
have
just
so
told
much
us
work
like
to do.
it feels like you just told us a year ago that your parents were having a kid, and here he is already in kindergarten.
Feels
Oh my
like it.
goodness.
He's already in kindergarten, not doing his work. It's also a lot of work.
It's all thanks to COVID.
Man,
I mean, I think even without COVID, it's going to be a lot of work.
yeah,
Oh, jeez.
they started him young, man.
Man.
What, they're already teaching algebra 2 by that point, aren't they?
Almost. He has like
And
20
chemistry.
words he needs to know how to read.
The California school system.
Yeah, no, they have to learn a lot.
That probably puts a
Or more
lot
like
of.
the Valley Cinerai school system.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
The distinguished district, you mean?
Distinguished,
Very
the undistinguished.
Well, Juan, that probably puts a lot of pressure on you because aren't you kind of taking the kid under your wing and tutoring him and stuff?
Well, I set up the Zoom meetings for him in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're a good brother.
So
Tech
I
whiz
try to be-
one.
trying to figure out the Zoom settings.
That's why you had Zoom already. Because I remember I texted you yesterday. I was like, by the way, do you have Zoom so you could join us via Zoom? He's like, yeah. It's all
Of
making
course.
sense now.
Cactus
Everybody's
comes
got to have
ready.
Zoom.
I mean, you
Yeah,
don't
this
need it for the
podcast.
cactus, but imagine having a Zoom meeting with your cactus for them to grow.
That would be incredible.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. It brings tears to my eyes.
Right
Oh,
on.
man. That's great.
Well, Matt, you got any other questions for Juan before we let him go?
Oh, I got plenty.
All right, fire
Oh,
away.
I always got-
You're not off the hot seat yet, Juan.
So, Juan, I remember you used to always tell me in particular, or all of us, but you always used to tell us that you'll buy guitars. So, you buy any Gibsons lately?
Oh, Gibson's no.
No?
Nah.
Not
forget.
recently?
You stopped buying
think
those a while
about-
ago, didn't you? Or
Yeah, I bought those a while ago, but I did buy one like 6 months ago. But it was like a cheap one.
Oh, okay. Like a replica.
Yeah, like $150 guitar.
Okay. Did you like resell it, or do you still have it?
Oh, I still have it. Yeah.
Well, play us a song.
Everything's locked up right now.
Man, really putting him on the spot, man. Sorry, you can just bust out Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero.
Play it acoustically.
Play some Slow Ride.
Slow Ride.
I mean, you don't
Take
want to
it easy.
You don't want to think too much of it, or else you're gonna get copyright claims.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. We are on YouTube. They're a little strict.
Yep. Kinda. Yeah.
Well, what about the
That
shoe
might be a
business?
big enough song.
What about the shoe business?
Oh, I got out of that.
Good.
I got it out of that just in time for eBay to offer 0 selling fees.
Smart man. Why don't you tell everybody that quick story of, I forget, was it a few years ago? And the guy said,
Oh, the only tweet I've ever made?
I think so.
Yeah.
You
someone
sent the wrong
decided
shoes, didn't you?
No, I sent them the shoes, and then they claimed that the shoes were not real, that they were fakes.
That's what it was.
Oh, jeez.
And then they shipped me back a box that was physically smaller than the box I sent them. So, like, obviously an empty box. It was empty. I checked it a couple months after that.
They just sent you an empty box, no shoes.
They sent me an empty box back. So, well, yeah, they filed the thing that they hadn't received it. No, that it was fake. So then I had to approve for them to return it. And then when they returned it, I like actually called eBay because I was like, yo, this box is like way smaller than like what I sent them.
Did you have to send them pictures?
I forget if I yeah, because I had to file like a report.
Right.
For that. So
bizarre, man. Now, wasn't there another time where you bought some shoes and they weren't the right ones or something?
I mean, I'm sure it's happened.
No,
selling shoes on
I remember it was quite the experience for you.
Yeah, no, there's just so many things happen when you try to sell shoes on eBay. It's just you get people asking you like ridiculous questions.
So would you recommend people selling shoes on eBay? Or go to Amazon instead?
I think he's giving you the answer already.
Amazon.
I'll tell you what, OfferUp isn't all that better, man. I don't know if you've ever tried OfferUp before, the app. I've sold a few things on there, but man, you get so many freaking people that message you like, oh, I'm interested. I can meet you today. And then you like follow up with them and you never hear from them again. It's very frustrating.
It's some pesky bots.
You'll get a lot of people that make offers and then they like don't follow through with them. You accept it and then they don't pay.
Right.
Or you get people that like they'll win, and like I ended up not doing auctions anymore because you would get a lot of people that wouldn't pay. So like, but sometimes you get like this one dude was like, oh, my son got my account and bought these shoes without my permission, so we can't buy them. And that was just all the time.
Lame.
Yep. You got a lot of people like that.
Yeah. I make reality TV shows. Like the Hoffmans.
And Valley Stream will not remember.
Like the Hoffmans mining for gold and digging in Jack's glory hole.
Yep, that was a thing that happened.
Well, knows what I'm talking about.
That old guy in his glory hole. Help digging in there.
He was just so sure that the jackpot gold was in there, and he just dug and dug and dug.
Until he couldn't no more.
Yeah. Never did find much in that glory hole of his.
Maybe next year.
Maybe.
They're not on
Maybe
TV
next
anymore.
Oh boy.
They left
You
Gold
gotta start a
Rush.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
No, we don't need any extra competition, Matt.
I agree.
It's
I
a
agree.
saturated
We'll take it over
market
next year,
out
too.
there.
But hey, we're original at least.
Very original.
Yeah.
We got a Cactus bodybuilder.
Yeah. Good luck finding another Cactus bodybuilder on the webs.
That's right. You're a rare breed, Juan. Remember that.
Ooh.
Remember that one?
All right, Juan. Well, hey, this was a lot of fun catching up with you, man. We really appreciate you joining us. It's good to see you again, man. It's been far too long. Matter of fact, I think it was since the last Big Bear trip was the last time I saw you.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been a very long time.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, I thought
I'm
you
forgetting
froze.
there was another time. Oh no.
I don't
My
think
brain
so.
froze.
I feel like, yeah, I know the feeling. I feel like I invited you to something, but I don't think you were able to make it. You're a busy man these days.
No.
Yep.
Busy lifting Cactus.
Busy lifting Cactus, avoiding COVID.
Setting
All
up
those
Zoom
things.
meetings for his kid brother.
Buff man.
They're going back to school next week, so.
I heard, man. Interesting. I bet you're excited about that.
I mean, I still have to set up on Mondays, but yeah,
Gotcha.
because they're doing like a half thing.
Oh, like a hybrid?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's a Zoom on Mondays, and then they split the class in half, 2 days each half.
That's better than nothing.
I feel like that's almost better anyway, because each kid can get, a little bit more attention from the teacher if they need it.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
In theory.
Maybe.
I don't know. All right, Juan.
Maybe tomorrow.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you, Juan. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you guys take care as well.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Bye.
Take care, Juan.
All right, that was Juan Ruiz, the professional Cactus bodybuilder. Zoom just popped up a notification. If you remove Juan Ruiz, then he will no longer be able to join you ever again. And then it said, report this person.
We're not going to backstab him like that.
We couldn't do that to him. Poor guy. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun having Juan on, Matt. So before we wrap things up, though, we got one more topic to talk about, something that I really want to talk about last week, because that was when the news first broke. But Matt, El Nino is here to stay in San Diego. Fernando Tatis Jr. signed a 14-year extension with our San Diego Padres worth a total of $340 million. Matt, your initial reaction to the news?
Oh, I love the news because obviously, he's the future of the game of baseball. He'll bring butts to the seats in San Diego. And I know he's still young, but at the same time, too, we're talking about the San Diego Padres, who, generally speaking, do not keep their superstar players. They always trade to the Yankees or any other big market team. And they locked up their superstar for years to come. So, yeah, it's a hell of a deal. I mean, there's a lot to dive into it with it, but I love the deal because, we got a player that's going to be probably staying the majority of his career with the Padres, if not all of it. So yeah, the fans love it. I love it. And, 14 years, man. I mean, he's going to be 36 when the contract expires. So
yeah, he's 22 right now.
Cheers to that. Yeah. But that's the thing, though, is that he's still so young. So, he's still got many good years, in my opinion, he's just got to stay healthy, of course, So let's hope and pray that he stays healthy. But
right,
he has all the tools though. He's a 5-tool player, so I like the deal. I don't really have much complaints about it, really.
yeah, Matt. And the thing is, I mean, it's just so crazy to me because he's only 22. He's only played in a total of 143 games in his career. So he technically hasn't even played a full Major League Baseball season because a typical season is 162 games, right? Of course, last year we had 60 games because of COVID. But yeah, only 143 career games. But with that being said, his career average is 301. He has 39 home runs, 98 RBIs, and 27 stolen bases. So that's almost a full season sample size right there. And you got to love those numbers. So, look, I'm not going to complain at all about the deal, Matt. I love Fernando Tatis Jr. It's great for the Padres. It's great for the city of San Diego. It's great for baseball. Let's be honest here. Small market teams, even though Peter Seidler, the Padres owner, said, hey, we're not a small market team. We're the 8th biggest city in America. God bless that man for saying that. But yeah, I mean, people kind of have this notion that the Padres are a small market. They don't really care about winning. It's all about the weather, brah. How was the surf, brah?
Yeah.
But they're going for it. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. But yeah, it's great for baseball because teams like the Padres don't usually, pretty much ever, make moves like this. So it's a good thing. And I just kind of laugh at some of these national reporters, these writers, because I've seen a couple of them say, oh, this is not good for baseball. He needs to be playing for the Dodgers or the Red Sox or the Cubs, a bigger market, so we can really get the full exposure, man. It's like, no, you want these homegrown players to stay with their team. I know Fernando technically wasn't drafted by the Padres. They snagged him away from the White Sox in that James Shields trade. You think the White Sox are regretting that deal, by the way? But still, I mean, Fernando's been in the organization, I think, since he was, 17, I want to say? So it's technically like he's a homegrown player for the Padres, and they're keeping him, like you said, Matt, for basically his whole career. He's going to be 36 when that contract expires. So, yeah, I mean, you get him for 14 years, of course you sign up for that. I've never been a huge proponent of deals over 10 years because that is setting the franchise up for potential just a few years on the back end there where he's just not living up to that contract. But look, $24 million a year, I know that's a lot of money for the average person, but for a potential superstar, I mean, he already is a superstar, let's be honest, that's a pretty team friendly contract. And if we assume that he's going to continue to just skyrocket and be a top 5 player in the league for the next 5 to 10 years, he's going to be worth every single penny. You're going to be able to market him. You're going to sell jerseys, memorabilia. And if he wins a championship or he helps win a championship for the Padres, even just one, automatically worth it. So I think it's a good deal. I'm all on board with it.
Yeah, I agree. And plus with all that you said, the contract, it's very backloaded. So like the first couple of years of the deal, he's still going to be making almost arbitration level salary. So with that in mind, they could still, hypothetically, make them trades or, sign other potential free agents like they have been all off season.
Right. They just keep spending money.
Well, that's the thing too, is that they truly do not care about the money. They just want the winning product. And, I respect Peter Seidler and Ron Fowler, the 2 major owners of the Padres. I respect the hell out of them because, I mean, this is literally the first time in San Diego sports history where we got owners that actually, care and they want to put all effort to win. So, obviously I hope they win at least one championship, like you said, but just knowing that at least they put the effort towards, obviously winning. I mean, that's a great start for sure. So
it's so refreshing,
but I think the
man.
whole thing
We've suffered through so much as San Diego sports fans. We deserve this, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also too with all the moves that the Padres have made, like they still got a very good farm system as well. So it's not like just a short little window. I mean, we might be talking, 5 years, hopefully, of just good baseball in San Diego because obviously they got Mackenzie Gore. It's like the most notable prospect. So if some of these, players pan out, man, like, I mean, the Padres could be a very scary team for sure.
The only prospect that they gave up that we were kind of like, oh, shoot, hate to lose him, but okay, we're going for it, is Luis Patino. He was the only top prospect that they have given up all off season technically. So yeah, they're definitely set up for the future. There's no doubt about that. But Matt, real quick on the Tatis deal, they're calling it the statue contract, which I kind of find amusing. And what they mean by that is, yeah, in theory, if he does play all 14 years of this contract in San Diego, which I believe he's going to have to because he has a no trade clause in there, so he's going to have to play all those years in San Diego regardless. But yeah, I mean, if he lives up to this deal and he becomes the superstar player that we know he can become, he's going to get a statue right next to Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn, and Trevor Hoffman. The only thing, Matt, I would say, and again, I'm not nitpicking it at all. All I'm saying is there's going to be a lot of damn pressure on Fernando to, I guess, live up to this contract because 14 years, no matter how you slice it, is a humongous deal. We can talk about how it's kind of a bargain for the team at $24 million a year, but regardless, this has got to put a lot of pressure on Fernando, and I definitely believe that he can handle it. If there's one kid out there that could take this and all the pressure that comes with it, it's him. But I am a little concerned about maybe these first couple years, if it's going to be maybe a little much for him, where he's going to be thinking like whenever he's in a slump, like, oh gosh, like what are people going to say when I'm making all this money and I have this huge contract? But I think that that comes with the territory. Anytime a player signs a mega deal like this, it was the same thing when Machado signed here a couple years ago, and we both know his first year here in San Diego was pretty pedestrian. He didn't really do a whole lot, and we were all like, geez, we gave him $300 million over 10 years for this, but then we saw what he did last year, and he was amazing. So that's the only thing that I would be kind of looking out for in these first couple years is how will Fernando handle the pressure of this contract?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that, being a professional of any sport, you always have some level of pressure. But I do think, though, that one thing that helps Tatis, though, is that he's in an organization that, A, they want him, and B, he wants to be with. And on top of that, too, there's also a lot of players on the Padres that have his back and are also have a lot of pressure on themselves as well, because Machado has a lot of pressure on himself because of his contract. Will Myers, for instance, also has a pretty big contract. He wants to perform. Eric Hosmer, another big contract. Yeah. So there's a lot of players on this team that are kind of going through the same thing or even have been going through it for several years. So there's a lot of good mentorship from all across this team, from, starting pitching, rotation, relief pitchers, outfielders, wherever it may be. So, I mean, obviously, yeah, there's going to be pressure on him, but I just feel like in general, it's more of like a team thing. Like, hey, like we need to win a World Series as compared to like one individual player. I mean, because I think that these players need to have each other's back during all this coming season and seasons down the road. So, I mean, yeah, there will be pressure, but it's on them to live up to it. That's all I gotta say. I mean, this is San Diego after all, so if you're talking about like pressure, there's not as much pressure as if this is like LA or New York. So there's that to keep in mind. But I really just think that, potentially they should be pretty damn good. And if they're not pretty good, then that's going to be a huge disappointment. But obviously, we don't want to talk about that.
That's going to be a problem. Let's just say that. AJ Preller is going to have some explaining to do if this team does not make
he'll be gone
this year.
He will be gone.
I would think. I mean, he does seem to have a pretty tight relationship with ownership, so maybe they'd give him another year. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of pressure on this team. And plus, they just made the playoffs for the first time, 13 years in 2020. So on top of that, now they're kind of expected to win. Like, there's no excuses anymore. When Hosmer first signed here, 3 years ago, it was like, well, they're still an incredibly young team, and a lot of these prospects aren't up here yet. 3 years later, we're ready to win, man. Like, it's boom or bust. You got to take down those Dodgers, though, those pesky damn Dodgers.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll see. Obviously, we are Padre fans, so we may be a little bit biased, but
Nah.
I mean, even if you're just like but even if you're just like a generic baseball fan or sports fan in general, like on paper, this team is on paper, this team is very, very talented. And if they gotta perform well. So when it comes to pressure and anything like that, like they gotta live up to it, man. Because obviously, as in the words of Ron Fowler, heads will roll if they don't win.
That's right. I'm just not used to that here in San Diego. We've always been a very sleepy sports town where it's just like, oh, just relax, man. Enjoy that 80-degree weather. We don't need to have a good baseball team. Shut up. Yes, we do. All right, Matt. I think that's going to do it for this week's episode. Next week, we will be talking about what we talked about last week that never got uploaded, which is
car driving incidents and craziness.
That's right. Car crashes and the whole works. Hang on. Wow. You will not want to miss that. Until then, I'm Ryan Willis.
I'm Senor Matt Willis.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.